Well, for 21 hours there was negotiations and talks in Pakistan between the Iranian and the U.S. Side to find a deal and a breakthrough in the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. And to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Mohamad Hegazy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon to you.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Hegazy, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance have said yesterday, as they have finished 21 hours of negotiations with the Iranian side, attended by Abbas Araghchi and the Iranian head of the parliament, that they did not reach to a specific agreement. How did you follow the talks and the negotiations that took place in Pakistan, in Islamabad, Saturday and Sunday?
I think as the two parties stated that it was so complicated ideas and submissions from both sides, and the negotiation was made in an atmosphere of mistrust. For that, I presume that the 21 hours, Amal, you referred to, is quite enough to exchange views and for each other to present his position. And as this is the early start of the negotiation, I don't think that by ending the first round, it means without reaching an agreement, it means that the negotiation failed. The negotiation in such a complicated situation where many variables are involved from both sides, we cannot judge from the first encounter. The second point that we have to understand that both sides has a very, let us say, designed position that is not compatible to the other. So they need first to explore both sides' position. Understanding the other side position, you may refer back to your capital as the American requested, and there the institutions, the presidency will discuss with J.D. Vance the Iranian position. According to the Iranian, they have submitted a clear, acceptable position. Today, Donald Trump himself was saying that you have the meeting went well. Most points were agreed to. But the only point that really mattered, nuclear, was not. So I think the two parties, along with the negotiators or the facilitator, Egypt, Islamabad, Pakistan, and Turkey, will exert their efforts to bring back the two sides again to another round of talks. You may recall, as all the audience, the Camp David negotiation where many days were spent on a summit level. President Sadat, late President Sadat, Menachem Begin, and the official from both sides, along with President Carter, and many American officials were in the camp for many days.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hegazy, so you're saying now a very important point, that big negotiations and talks on big disputes in the world takes a day for to be negotiated or to come out with an agreement. So we don't have to worry, or anybody have to worry, because this is on the diplomatic level. It's normal to take 1 or 2 days, isn't it?
It is. It is indeed.
Yes, please.
I mean, negotiation of such magnitude with this level of sensitivity requires, first of all, what happened is that the two parties have definitely explained their position. For the Iranian, I am sure that they came with many compromises, but at the same time, they are putting one difficult card, which is the nuclear, where the Americans are waiting the Iranians to relinquish completely their enrichment program, which is against the sovereignty and against the logic of the NPT that allowed to all members to enrich uranium for civilian use. I think what Egypt has facilitated the dialogue between the International Nuclear Agency and the meetings they have conducted with the Secretary General have led to the acceptance of the Iranian, of the inspectors to return back to oversee their program. So I think there is elements that can be introduced against the party that will allow an American understanding to the Iranian position, and a compromise should be given attention.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Hegazy, U.S. President Donald Trump, in retaliation of the talks, said that he was not bothered about the outcome of the U.S.-Iranian talks to find out an agreement, because the United States have won the war. Whether he said that whether to make a deal or not make a deal, no difference for him, and that the reason is because U.S. have won the war. How did you follow the statements by the U.S. President Donald Trump?
Well, Amal, let us agree that negotiation has many cards and elements. Part of negotiation is those kind of maybe threats, showing your opponent that you don't care, reaching an agreement, showing your power. We are on a process. Negotiation is not those who are sitting on the table. Negotiation is about the threats, about the pressure, about the role played by the mediator. Negotiation is a whole process that each party is using his cards, like those threats said by President Trump, or maybe promises from Islamabad. So the process has started, and negotiation is using pressure in the stream or in the Hormuz Strait. The American fleet is there, the Iranian rigid position is there, because this is the most important card in hands of the Iranians. One has to also say that part of the American style of negotiation, as known always, is to show that they don't care much about reaching an agreement if the party, the Iranian in this case, is rigid. But the Iranians have submitted already three pillars to their position. One is about the economic sanctions and the funds observed at the American and Gulf banks for them, and they have even sent their central bank director to be a part of the negotiation. So we are in a process that we have to listen to many threats and promises here and there, but we expect a responsible role from the mediators. Another round of talks to allow the party reflect on each other position with their institutions, and I'm sure that something will come out of this, because we all know that the otherwise will be very harsh, not only on the Americans or the Iranian, but worldwide.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Mohamad Hegazy, former Assistant Foreign Minister.